All right, everybody, we have a Moto Stars video. Yes, it's educational purposes only, but we're going to go over the plan method. We're going to figure out what happened, how it happened. Let's see what happens. All right, so motorcycle riding.
We'll start with a situation where the rider went
Passing on the right, not very smart.
and got a paper
Dude.
in your turn.
Chill. Oh, nice little impact. This is one of the scary things. We're going to talk about it a little bit. And he's burning himself on the exhaust. There it is. Probably pissed off. Nice little second-degree burn. Kind of your fault, dude. Kind of your fault.
Yeah, bro. I'm
gonna shake your hand. I just hit you. All right, let's take. Oh, that guy's gonna crash. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so we're passing on the right. You notice how all the cars? There's no common sense here. You notice how all the cars are parked in like this? Why are they like that? Because cars can just do this. You know what I mean? So if we're passing on the right, and cars can do this to get into an open parking space, we have a possibility of a crash here, crash here, crash here. Why are we passing? Just chill. Just chill. We're putting ourselves in a dangerous spot
Pretty risky
to do this. Okay. You could have at least slowed down.
overtake and got a painful
Yeah, or reverse, right? They could even reverse out into you, these vehicles that are parked. Not smart, not safe. We all understand that. Now, here's the cool thing. Well, it's not really cool. He's burning himself. So you have that hot exhaust, hot metal, right? So there's the exhaust, you know, the little exhaust right there. That doesn't look like an exhaust, but you know where it's at. But all these little hot pieces, and there's the inside of our leg touching. Okay, you're not going to know that you're actually touching a hot part until it starts registering into your body. But once it's done that, you're already getting a second-degree burn. Not fun. There's the second-degree burn. Now, this is why I like to wear motorcycle boots that go up a little bit higher and then motorcycle pants that go on top of the boots. So, you know, you put your foot inside, so it's a high boot. It's about mid-calf for me. There's my leg. I'm wearing no shoes. But let's see if I could do this. So about mid-calf. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I can't do it. Mid-calf, and then the pants go over that, so then it's like double protected. And so I'm not going to have this. Don't wear below ankle shoes. That's not going to protect you in a crash at all. It's going to fly off. And he's burning himself. Not fun. Not fun. Run some cold water on that thing for about 10, 15 minutes. Because it's still burning. The tissues are already... They're still burning. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right. Unfortunate, but we good. Now, let's hear the pro riders tell me what I did wrong. Well, one... You hit the car like 6 times.
Oh my God.
Like, what's up with that? Why did you do that? All right. Well, you don't give us a lot of context. I feel like, what's your name? One second. Let's bring your name up. Ice Cricey. Ice Cricey. Icy. Okay, so Ice Cricey, let's go ahead and take a seat here, Ice Cricey. Grab a slice of pizza. You say you want to know the pro riders and what they think. Well, I'm not a pro rider, but I do have a YouTube channel that is focused heavily on crash after action reviews, and I've seen thousands and thousands of motorcycle crashes, and you look an awful lot like one of them, okay, that I've gone over probably a couple hundred times. So you are obviously not sharing what you're doing beforehand. At all. Not sharing what you're doing beforehand. You're obviously the first frame of the video, not this guy shaking hands, but the first frame of the video, you are lane splitting at a high rate of speed because you're obviously going higher than the flow of traffic, and you're on a highway. Okay, so we're doing that. We're lane splitting, and we're following our buddy that's in front of us. I'm assuming it's our buddy because he's doing the same thing, or you're just following him because you're a little weirdo. or stalker or whatever. So we're lane splitting. Our buddy in front of us slowing us down. He might have hit the brakes for some reason, and we're kind of caught in a bad spot. We can't escape left, can't escape right. We can only accelerate into an escape path, which is what you did right here. You're definitely not going 49 miles an hour yet. I don't know if your speedometer is not working or whatnot, or maybe traffic is really slow and you're speeding through slow traffic. Either way, you're not going the flow of traffic. So our buddy right here decided to slow it down. We couldn't. We don't have an escape. We tried to swerve left. Not enough. We're able to say, oh my God. And I don't think anybody, if you want to, I'm assuming this is Texas, right? Is lane splitting illegal in Texas? I'm not too sure. So there's a reason for it. You're not supposed to be doing that. And so, yeah, you swerve left, not hard enough. Nice try. But you kind of put yourself in this position where you couldn't swerve left or right because of lane splitting and because you're right behind a person. You didn't have a good space cushion. You didn't plan your ride very well. You didn't position for safety at all. You're not locating hazardous situations because you're putting yourself into them. You are a relevant threat to yourself. How do you navigate you being the active threat? Slow it down into a new position for safety. So we're going to go ahead and try to swerve and hit. Okay, you're not wearing full gear. So you're taking a high risk thing like motorcycle riding and making it riskier for injury. You're lane splitting higher than the flow of traffic, much higher than the flow of traffic. So even you're taking way too many risks.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So tell me what I did wrong. Lane splitting at a high flow of traffic in a state that I think it's illegal in. Not having an escape path, not planning your ride. All you're doing is just kind of going. You're just going. There's no plan. There's no strategy. There's nothing going on. You're just going. I'm going to go from here to there at whatever speed, whatever I feel like. You're basically going on feels. You're going on the vibes. You're riding on the vibes. You're riding on the feels. You're not riding using your prefrontal cortex at all. There's no strategy. There's no paying attention. It's just what I feel. I'm sorry, but the world does not run on feelings. It runs on logic for the most part. Yeah, what do you do wrong? Riding without knowing how. Oh, we're going to run a... Oh, my... Whoa. We do MotoStars. We don't just skim over that one. Okay. Planning our ride. Position for safety. Locate hazardous situations. We have an intersection. Intersections are hazardous to motorcycle riders, just like corners. Assess any relevant threats. Nothing so far. Navigate active threats. There's no relevant ones, so there's no active ones. So from here to there, we stop at the stop sign. We look both ways, and we continue. Not a big deal. Okay? You're right. We need a thumbnail. We might get one here. But, we're going to go through an intersection where it's supposed to be stopped. Is it a four-way stop? More than likely. Let's take a look. Is there a sign? I see there's one on the other side of this road. So it doesn't look like it's a four-way stop. It just looks like we're supposed to stop and the people across the street are supposed to stop. And this is traffic that doesn't stop. Okay, very cool. We see the side of the vehicle. A little bit too late, can't do much about it. We try to swerve right in front of the vehicle instead of applying the brakes. And there's the impact. Okay, we got T-boned. And just in case, we need a thumbnail. All right, I'll pick one of those. So there's the impact. Not good. That's going to be high mechanism injury. We're going to have a lot of damage. Could have been paying attention. Everything was fine until we crashed and I got ran over. What's up with the dispatch? Remain calm. I'm muting that. Oh. Okay, so let's go back. I'm muting that. That's kind of retarded. Did I say that word? Yes, I did. So we're coming up to here. We are riding with our group of friends, just kind of chilling. Accelerated a little bit too hard. I don't know if it was on purpose. It made no sense because he couldn't escape left or right. He literally hit them and applied the brakes, hit the ground, no gear, so he's going to get road rash. You can kind of already see it. Look at the tear in his shirt. The moment it hit, and there's the discoloration in his skin, so he's already losing the top layer of his dermis right there. And his leg gets swung out right there, and that's what gets ran over. And actually, kudos to this motorcycle rider for not crashing with a passenger. So how you go over an obstacle, once again, you kind of blip that throttle or you lift your butt up, whether it's a speed bump or your buddy's leg. And so this guy decides to get off and run. Okay, cool. Remain calm as best you possibly can. You can jog it if you want. It's not a big deal. But if you trip and fall, that sucks. And help out your buddy. Surprised he's able to get up. And then we have this right here. So there's that leg that got injured, got ran over. They're doing their stuff. The reason why they have helmets and everything on motor vehicle accidents, you usually put full gear on just in case you have to extricate somebody out of a car. So you have that protection. So you're already prepped for extrication. You don't show up on scene and you put everything on. Now it takes time. You put it on before you get on the fire truck because you have everything kind of set up perfectly right there. So that's why they have that stuff on. Once they recognize that it's no extrication, they probably took off the rest, kept the helmet on. All right, moving on.
For some reason, the rider in front couldn't hold his lane and eventually drifted into traffic straight
Oh.
approaching car.
I wasn't paying attention. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, that could have been way worse. That could have been way worse. But it's still very painful. There's going to be some impacts on that. No, let's go back. Let's go back. All right. So maybe a new rider, not used to coloring within the lines, not used to that. It's kind of big movements on the handlebars versus tiny adjustments. You've seen those people driving, they make these big adjustments going from one side of the lane to the other when it should be just tiny little adjustments. Well, probably big movements, not tiny adjustments. So that's what we have here, kind of going all over the place.
On approaching car.
Here, though, you can see the tires kind of moving. Probably target fixated. It's like, oh, crap, there's a car there. I'm going to look at the car. And, well, if you're looking at the car, that's where you're going. Wherever you look is where you go, for the most part, unless you're really cool and you can ride blind, which I don't recommend. But where you're looking and turning your head is probably where you're going. Where you focus is where you're going. That's in life too, guys. A little smart rider tip there. What you focus on is what you get. So if you're focusing on the Toyota Sienna, you're going to run into the Toyota Sienna. Thankfully, it wasn't a full head-on. That person would be dead. It was a nice little clip angular incident, but that right knee definitely got hit. And then the right knee, right hip, right shoulder, right part of the head got hit. And now we're all over the place, a little bit of road rash. Not fun. That's one of the big scary things when it comes to riding as a new rider. You start having tons of little panic moments. If you start having tons of little panic moments, like, oh, I'm going a little too crazy. Oh, I need to make small adjustments. Oh, there's a van coming. Oh, there's a turn coming. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Having these tiny panic moments. If you're having too many of them and you're starting to stress yourself out, stick to the neighborhood. Don't start riding on the road. If you're already riding on the road and you're having these panic moments, downgrade to riding on a neighborhood or easier roads for a little bit until you get past a lot of these panic moments, have more experience, so that when you get on here, you have less panic moments. You still have some, but they're a lot less because you solved a lot of them in the neighborhood. So take it easy. Take it easy. Well, he's obviously going to crash. Okay, what's happening here? Oh. Very easy. Nice little slow speed. Not a big deal. Thankfully, it wasn't big. I want to see his gloves. One second. I want to see his gloves. Gloves held up pretty good. Normally those things would be ripped up a little bit, even on a slow speed like that. But you can see just how like it's scratched up, right? It's scratched up. There's a little, I mean, some of this is probably wear and tear from riding, but I want to say that part right there that is highlighted got scratched up just right now. Just right now. Imagine if you didn't have any gloves. That's your flesh being scratched up. And man, that takes a while to heal. You need to use your hands for stuff. It takes a while to heal. So yeah, the glove got ripped off. Let's say it's $40 for a pair of gloves. You ripped up your glove. Oh man, I got to buy new gloves again. I would rather spend $40 on a brand new pair of gloves than to spend the next 2-3 weeks with like a torn up hand. I don't know. That's my take on that. Gloves did its job. You can have a ceremony for the gloves. Be like, thank you so much for protecting my hands, lefty. You can do whatever you want. Make it a celebration. It's like, thank you. You're retired. I'm retiring you now. You don't need to be in my glove no more. I don't know. Make it something. But it's better than like, now I have scars all over my hands and nerve damage. Uh-oh.
Yep,
That's me.
that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this
No.
situation.
I already know. I already know how you ended up here. You put a fart machine on your motorcycle. All right, let's take a look. Crossing multiple lanes of traffic, like we went... Okay, so we're supposed to be on the right side, right?
You're probably wondering how I
He
ended
did keep up the motorcycle. That's pretty smart. So we're crossing multiple lanes of traffic. He probably did a left-handed turn, got into this side. Now I'm setting up for this sweet right-handed turn, so I'm going to be way over here, and I'm going to swerve, and I'm going to do this crazy outside, inside, on top, underneath, like whatever path of travel you want to do. You obviously can't do it. You can't make this turn. You did it all wrong. You went outside. Now you're going inside. You just hit the apex. The apex of a corner is you closest to the inside of that corner. That's what the apex is. The apex isn't like the middle of the corner. It's wherever you went closest to the corner. Now, if you hit your apex at the beginning of the corner, that's the closest you can get. So what's going to happen? You have a full upside on how far you can go out. So that's why when they say outside here, inside, middle of the corner, and you start to come outside on the outside of the corner, on the last part. He just went inside at the beginning of the corner. What's left? Outside? Outside. And now he has to go inside. So it's inside, outside, inside. That's backwards. So there's outside. So he did inside, outside, inside. You did it backwards, buddy. Slow it down. You shouldn't be doing this.
This is a situation.
Okay, what's happening
I
here?
understand.
Buddy's not paying attention.
Here is probably just to avoid making things worse.
Bro's definitely a Harley rider when he grows up. Is he just a massive dude on a regular motorcycle, or is he a regular sized dude on a small motorcycle? He does the ergonomics on this. He looks huge on that motorcycle, right? Am I the only one thinking that? Like, what is he riding? I mean, he chopped the fender off, so that makes a big difference. But he's wearing that stupid backwards hat. That helmet. That's a helmet, guys. It's a helmet. It's a cap. It's an e-bike. It's something. But that is the dumbest thing. Those things do not protect you whatsoever. Don't wear those.
It took you 4 seconds to piss me off again.
I mean, it's pretty fast for an e-bike. He's going 54. Is that a Honda Cub? What is that thing? That looks like the Honda, like a little Honda. Is it the Cub? It's basically a Grom, the Honda Monkey, not Cub. Yeah, is that the Monkey? They kind of are cool. I will give them that. They are pretty cool. Yeah, this is a video that we just make fun of. Love being a black woman. This guy, he's got a sense of humor at least. All right. Yeah. You can outrun. Oh, perfect parking lot, guys. So if he's bothering you, you can, challenge him to a set of motorcycle training drills, the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills. See if he can do the orbit quicker than you. Maybe if you really want to challenge him, go to the expert drills and see if he can do the hot air balloon drill and see if you can beat him or he can beat you, and you might have a better chance on that Honda Monkey. But you guys, if you want to grab one of these, you get a digital version with it. There's a link in the description for 20% off. This is an amazing parking lot to do this in. See if you can beat him.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
What the heck? This dude's on drugs or something, man. Look at him. It's a great parking lot, though.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
All right, Abe Builds. Good editing. I liked it. You did good. That was fun. Thank you. All right, what do we got here? Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're passing everybody. We have a side of the vehicle right there. What are we going to do? Just go ahead and run right into him. I don't know if he survived. I like how his name, Korea Con 2025-0603, is just the date of this video. So this happened June 3rd, 2025. I think that's interesting. So we're riding around, going pretty fast. We can see it from our point of view that there's a side of the vehicle on the road. That means the vehicle is not going with us or even towards us. They're side to side. So side of the vehicle, okay, not good. He's applying the brakes right now. That's good. But his total stopping distance was probably not enough. Now, why is that? Total stopping distance is relative to your speed. So if you're going 100, your total stopping distance is a lot. I don't even know the calculation for that, but it's just a lot. If you're going 20 miles an hour, let's say 25, you're in a residential neighborhood, your total stopping distance is a lot less than when you're going 100. So the total stopping distance is just an equation. It's your perception time, your reaction time, and your braking distance. So let's bring that back up. So your perception, how long it takes you to get paying attention, how long it takes you to react, and then how long it takes you to brake. It all equals distance because we're moving. Now, if I'm just standing still, I can spend all day trying to perceive what the heck is going on. Maybe there's something wrong with me at that point. And then I can take my time reacting. I could just stand here because I'm not moving anywhere. Now, if I'm traveling at high speed, I need to be fast on the perception, fast on the reaction, and then hope my braking skills will slow me down. We kind of put ourselves in this situation going a little too fast because as soon as we perceive that vehicle's in the roadway, we started to react, but we're just not going to have enough time to stop. So slow it down. And it looks like he applied even more and more and more and more and more and more and more, mainly at the end. And that's why he's endoing right now. And he went up and over. He is ejected. I don't know if he's alive. And here we go. Somebody's coming out. We open lane patterned it. That person's being a D-bag. Kind of moved out of the way. Person decides to do that. Just go. Go. You don't need to talk to him. You don't need to hear what he has to say. He's going to win. That's called the law of gross tonnage. Usually when a bigger vehicle hits a smaller vehicle, the smaller vehicle loses. So when this big vehicle pops out and this little vehicle pops out, this big vehicle is going to win. So a secret, guys, go for the knees. Go for the knees. Nice little, bah. Nice little leg kick right to the side of the knee. Break the LCL, break a PCL, break the ACL, whatever it is you can do. Maybe slip a meniscus for them. Bah! Go for the knees. On the sides, because when you hit straight on the knee, that hurts. And one thing you can do is you can do like a front kick to the front of the knee. I'm only saying this because I'm also a little dude. I got to figure out how to take out some of these people. You're quicker. You got to catch me. And you hit them. Don't stay close to close. You know, use their strength and their weight against them. There, go for the knees. Go for the knees. There you go. See how he fell? Oh, now he's just going to sit on you. What is she going to do? There you go. She's like knocking on the door. What are these people gonna do? Well, they did enough. Oh, there you go. Yeah, all of this is just gonna get my video demonetized. So grab yourself a Smart Rider drill booklet, 20% off. I just want to see what would happen here. The guy, when you get to this point, right here, and he stops, he has it in park. Don't wait for him to get out. As soon as you see him hit in park, emergency accelerate out. Get yourself out of there. You have the shoulder. You have an escape. Go. And then go through some neighborhoods if you need to. Don't get off the fight. There's no the best fight is when you don't have one. I'd rather not have a fight than win a fight. Because no matter what, you're going to lose something. If you don't have a fight, you're not losing anything. Just get out of there. Just go. Just get out of there. Yeah, the guy could have had a gun. You never know. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, boy. This is one. Oh, damn, that sucks. That's one. He was probably going home, too. That's one thing I love about dual sports is that you can do stuff like this. Like, you're like, oh, I'm going to go off-road a little bit. He's going home. Probably done this a few times. I'd be pissed if I was the dad because it's like, dude, I just mowed the lawn. It looks great. Now look what you're doing. And he lost traction on that front tire. That's really all that happened. That's what I love about dual sports. Like, yeah, dude, it's like, if I was your dad, I'd be like, what the heck did you just do? I just mowed this lawn. I spent all this money on seed, and look what you're doing to my lawn. I'd take his bike away, and then I'd do it. Here we go. Going a little fast and a little twisties, but we're slowing down before the turn. Very good. Oh, what happened there, everybody? Let's see if he got injured. There you go. Engine shut off switch. Very good. Is he walking? Oh, he's a little... Oh, no. Write in the comments, what do you guys think he has right now? What is wrong with him? Let's go back just a little bit. I want you guys to see the whole thing. At least him walking. What's going on here? What's going on there? What happened there? What happened there?
You okay, bro?
No. Zero balance.
You good? Did he?
No. No. Don't get back on the bike, dude. And this guy's like, what the heck, man? Knocked my bike over. All right, let's take a look. Brain was sloshing. Too much alcohol. That's a great point, Razor. Too much alcohol. I know it's probably not the case, but when you see somebody with a TBI, Shmee, exactly, a TBI, a concussion, they look like they're drunk. You saw how he's stumbly? That's somebody with like too many beers, too quick, no food the rest of the day. But that right there, that's what it looks like. If you see you even pointed out rugby player. So if you see somebody doing something where it's not at the bar and they're stumbling and they're just like doing rugby or football or jumping on a trampoline, your kid jumped off the trampoline and hit his head on the ground, motorcycle riding, they weren't looking like that beforehand until after the crash, after the fall, after the impact, and now they look drunk. TBI. If they're looking like they're drunk before the stuff and they're not at the bar still, hey, maybe they're a diabetic, having a diabetic episode. Maybe they're having too low blood sugar. You know, there's so many different reasons. Now, if they're at the bar and they're acting like that, there's probably too much to drink. So here, nice hard swerve left, dump the bike. There's the impact for the concussion. Right there. So he lost traction, head, boom, first. Concussion, right there. So yeah, hits the guy's bike. He's not fully out. The concussion doesn't mean you're completely unconscious. There's different levels to it. If he's unconscious, that's a really bad TBI. But a regular concussion, you can still have disorientation. Okay, right there. Head injury symptoms, disorientation, nausea, vomiting, vision impairment, loss of balance. Okay, that's on the rescue card. So if you get yourself a rescue booklet, you get a nice little rescue card. Okay, so that's the front side of the card. So we're going to remain calm ourselves. We're going to do the engine shut off. We don't want to get hit ourselves. Now, we are looking. This is part of our assessment. The moment we start seeing an assessment, okay? You do it while walking up to the scene. You don't have to get a blood pressure. You don't have to do all that fancy stuff right away. You get a ton of information just by seeing this right now. So you see that your buddy is trying to stand up. That means his airway is hopefully doing well. You want to double check it. It means he's breathing. It means his heart is still working. It means his legs are still working. So he's got enough blood pressure for his legs, enough blood pressure for his hands. But you don't know if he's confused yet. You don't know any of these things. You just know that certain things are working. And now you know certain things aren't. So normally your buddy can walk. Normally your buddy isn't stumbling around. So the fact that after a crash and now he's stumbling around, either his blood pressure is tanked completely and it's just starting to reboot a little bit, so he's getting lightheaded, right? Or maybe the fact that he smacked his head super hard in a turn, possible concussion. So as soon as you see this, you're like, oh, shoot, Jeffrey's got a concussion. Okay, well, now you know that. Don't get him back on the bike. Sit him down and just wait a little bit. I would call 911 right away because concussions can lead to a brain bleed. Okay, so we have an issue. There could be like a little tear in one of his like tiny little arteries in his brain, or maybe a skull fracture, or maybe something is going on. So then by the time he makes it home, it is fully blown and now he's having a stroke. At this point, call 911, get them there, sit them down. So right here, I kind of want to point out, because I've seen this in real life. Not necessarily on a motorcycle crash, but definitely on a lot of people that have been in car accidents, is they start doing this. Okay, so let's say he's 0 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, 10 being the most aware, completely aware. 1 is like, I'm about to fall asleep. I put him at about a 5 right here. He's kind of aware, not really. He knows he needs to get moving. Okay, cool. He could probably say his name, maybe call out something, whatever. Okay, cool. He stood up, his blood pressure dropped, caused him to kind of fall underneath. And now he's at a 1. So he went from a 10 before the crash, hits the ground, going booting everything up. He starts to stand up. He's about a 5. I got to get to my bike. That's all he can think about. I got to get to my bike. One track mind. Stands up. Blood pressure tanks. Starts fumbling. Passes out. Now he's at a 1. Now that he's laying flat right here, his blood pressure is stabilizing because the heart isn't having to pump blood against gravity. It's pumping it next to gravity. So it's pumping it to his brain pretty easily now. So his blood pressure is going to start to stabilize. But the moment he stands back up, it's going to tank again. So he's going to keep doing this. So when I tell you guys, stop any external bleeding, lay the rider down, monitor any changes, and keep them warm, because you don't want them to keep standing up, pass out, hit their head. Stand up, pass out, hit their head. You don't want that. Just lay them down or sit them down and just pause. Wait for the body to do its thing. But while it's doing its thing, call 911.
You okay?
He's right here. He doesn't have any balance. Look, no balance right here. He's stumbling.
You good? Did he hit you?
And he just, as a motorcycle rider, after a crash or after something, and you have a concussion, think of yourself as like the most simplest brain moving right now. It's not, nothing's thinking. It's just, what's the brain? It's like, I know I was riding. I need to get to the bike. I need to pick up the bike. I need to ride the bike. I need to ride the bike. That's all that's kind of going through the brain. So he's not even thinking. He's just going on instinct of, I need to get back on the bike. I was riding. I'm on the bike. I'm on the bike. I was riding. So that's what he's doing. So what you need to do as the buddy is to keep the bike down. It's not in the roadway. So just keep the bike down. Grab him by the arms if you can. Hopefully they're not injured. And be like, come over here. Move them. Come over here. Hey, no, we're fine. He's going to be confused. He might be a little combative. He might be like, F you, Daniel. I want to ride. And it's like, hey, I care about you. We're going to sit down. Let's sit down real quick. We're going to take a break. We're going to get back on the bike. Another thing you can do is take the keys. Like if he's fighting you, take the keys. Just pull the keys out, put them in your pocket. He's confused already. Be like, dude, I don't know where the keys are. Until his brain comes back, be like, oh, I found your keys. That way you can't take off. Because he was just, look, he was about to get on. He's about to get on. Don't let him back on. Let's take a look at the next one. All right, here we go. Two wheels reso.
He treated the road like a racetrack and nearly crashed. Luckily, he managed to keep the bike on the roads.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're lane split. There's no real reason to lane split here. You had all that open spot over there the other guy's in. Oh, nice little swerve all the way to the far left. Okay. But we're not prepped for that turn going to the right. Oh, good job slowing it down. Please don't hit the wall. Please don't hit the wall. He slowed it down. If he maintained that speed, he would have probably hit the wall. How about you guys slow it down a little bit? How about you slow it down? I know you're blocking the speedometer there. You're going pretty fast. Hey, we're just chilling. Nice base cushion. Okay. I like to be off to the sides. So you notice how you can't see around the vehicle. Oh, somebody's coming in our lane. Not a big deal. Let them in. Just let them in. Roll off the. You're already slowing down for the red light. You're already slowing down for the red light. Just roll off the throttle, apply the brakes, let them in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. She flipped you off. Hey, her life sucks. If her life means that she flipped... This is like YouTube comments. That lady in the car is YouTube comments before YouTube. You ever read YouTube comments? They're just negative. Well, before YouTube and before internet, this is how people got their negative comments out, is by flipping people off in traffic. Now, one thing as a YouTuber that I've known, and somebody that's been on the internet for a very long time, is that the people that are doing that kind of stuff have a terrible life. Their life is so bad that it's spilling outside their normal bubble of life into the external part, which is everyone else in the world. That's how bad it is. They can't even... It's one thing to control their emotions here, flipping people off. It means they can't control their emotions in their personal life altogether. So it's pretty terrible. Now, when they do this to you and you get upset, you just entered their crap. So it's not about, oh, I got to defend myself. They flipped me off. I got to defend myself back. No, it's they acted like an idiot. You don't have to enter their crap. You don't have to. You don't have to. Let them keep your worlds separate. The only way you can keep your worlds separate from like this lady or terrible people on the internet is you don't participate. You don't participate in their world. They're not participating in yours. If you're going to be calm, collected, emotionally regulated, they're obviously not. They're not entering the calm, collected, regulated world. It means you have to enter their unregulated world. So don't enter it. Don't participate, because that's what they want you to do. And then they can fight you. They can be like, oh, he escalated, I get to escalate. And then he escalated, I get to escalate. It's...
No!
Just don't. Just don't. And if you do, be prepared to end it. Finish the job. If you ever get in a fight. Don't kill people. But like this part, no. Oh, let the top case fall. Yeah, good job. All right. So, all right, so his top case started falling off. So at this point, let it. Don't be like, oh crap, I need to protect it, and then now you crash the bike. I mean, the top case is the top case, your bike is the bike, and you're on the bike, so you're important. So good job for him not panicking. It's like, oh, it fell. Okay, cool. I'll pick it up. I gotta find a safe place to park. So good job on that. It can happen. Oh no, he dropped the bike that way. Hey, nice little flip of the leg. He's a little agile man. Look at him go. There you go. Oh, where are we at? He was speeding. He was speeding. Where is he at? Oh, what the heck is this? Is that AI? Is this an AI video? This is an AI video. Uh-oh. All right. Ooh, look at all the tram tracks. You gotta be careful on this, guys. Yeah.
And here is a reminder of how dangerous truck trams can be and why it's always smart to be extra careful around them.
I just said that, Moto Stars. Now, how do we solve this? Don't ride next to them and try to cross them by riding on them and then getting across them. I really want you guys, if you're right here, you're riding, cut, and then ride. Try to go over them with purpose. Not, I'm going to cruise over them. Go over them with purpose. Okay? Don't just ride next to them. Yeah.
And here is a reminder of how dangerous...
Yeah. Hopefully he's fine. Doesn't have full gear. Oh, we gotta blur it out now. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh. Is that blood on the ground? Baltazar MT09, we're gonna try to see. Motostars typically puts... No, he didn't put the video. He's got a little bit of blood. Is he missing a finger? All right, here we go. Harak Moto. Got a vehicle gonna come out in front of us? Yeah, typical. Good job moving over to a new position for safety. So he located the hazardous situation. He's gonna assess if it's a relevant threat and navigate the active one by putting himself in a new position for safety off to the side. So we're coming up to here, and we see a vehicle come over. So we're gonna ride that line as far as we can. We can't go any further because of the guardrail, and was able to navigate that. Now, if we were in a car, we would have had a head-on collision. So thankfully, we were on a motorcycle. Now, most people would stay right here and be rev bombing or honking the horn and be like, dude, what the heck? No, move yourself over. I want to go home. Good job.
No.
Good job. Oh, yeah. We're going 105 kilometers per hour. Yeah, boy. Not too fast. But we have a sharp right turn. Why are we putting in kilometers per hour if we are in America? It's a sharp right turn, 20 miles per hour recommended. What's 100 kilometers an hour, everybody? I have this fancy little diagram thing. That's 62 miles per hour. So we got to slow it down a little bit. But we didn't. Oh, we made it though. Good job. Look at that. But what about this one? Nope. Nice little cutoff there. So we made this one, but you see how we have another sign? We have the sharp left, sharp right coming up. We're going 90 entering this one. So what did we do on this one? Okay, we're 90. Dropped it down to 66. Okay, we dropped it down to 66. That's probably why we made it, right? That's probably why we made it. So when we're coming up to this next turn, we probably feel confident because we made this turn like, I could have increased the speed there. We got this next turn coming up to the sharp left turn, and we increased our speed to 90. You made this turn at 66. Why try to make the turn at 90 now? 100 almost. It's another sharp turn. All right, here we go. I spotted the imposter. That's cute. I didn't know Harley riders have a biker gang mom that watches them from a safe distance. What is up with this, Moto Stars? Or is this Nabby I Cook or Nab I Cook, whatever your name is? If you want to cook, though, go ahead and make us some new pizzas, and then you can sit down and watch what we're going to talk about when it comes to you. Let's take a look here. All right. I'm assuming he's passing a biker gang. Oh. Oh. Let's go back a little bit. That you're not supposed to do that. Yeah. So this is a biker gang, and you're not. It's a stupid rule. It's nobody accepts it other than biker gangs. Is that you're not supposed to pass a biker gang when they're on the road, or you have to ask permission from the tail gunner. Hey, could I pass? I don't make up the rules. They made them up, but they're also enforcing the rules. That's one of the things. You can have rules all over the place, but if nobody enforces them, they don't really matter. But they made up these rules, and they tend to enforce them like this. And so for me, all right, I'll follow. You know, I don't want to get shot. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. What a D-bag. I hate people like that. Oh, we're not paying attention. Oh, you gotta check your pants after that one. They have an Insta360 X5 right now? I think I got the X3. Man, I thought this was new when I bought it. Yeah, I got the X3. What the I'm falling behind. Yeah, it works great. All right, so he's playing with himself. It's not what you want to be doing when you're riding a motorcycle. One, if you get caught by the cops, it's a different kind of charge. You won't be able to ride by a school anymore, and you're on a registry. But yeah, that's probably why he's not paying attention. And then we got super close, and there's the look of panic. Typically, this is when somebody smashes that front brake after they were smashing themselves, but smashing that front brake, and that's when they had to layer down. So a lot of people have to lay it down because they're not paying attention. And then last second, they, panic. So thankfully, nothing bad happened. And it didn't swerve into anybody, but it got super lucky. It's a lop. I like that. Look of panic. Yeah. Hey, don't play with yourselves when you're riding in a group. Andy trigger happy. Okay. Vehicle pulled out. That's scary. That sucks. I'm not going to say like that's not a big deal. That is a big deal. But what the thing you could be doing is moving over to the sides. Common sense, but you see these videos, guys. Not a lot of motorcycle riders have common sense. They tend to fight for the lane and rev bomb and honk the horn, use their high beams, pass beams, whatever it is, to force the vehicle back in their lane, but they're side by side with another vehicle. Honestly, guys, they would rather hit you than hit the vehicle right here, because it sounds bad. They care more about their vehicle than you. Care more about their property. So moving over to the side is all you can do, and hopefully they don't hit you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I want to see if they had you can't really tell if they had a yield sign. It almost looks like they're on the wrong side of the road. That looks like a road that we're supposed to like go right on. I don't know if they're on the right side, wrong side, but they decided to go. And that is a terrible turn. Let's say it's a two-way road. That is a terrible intersection. For one, this person, they should have a stop sign. So that's probably what was happening here. So they're supposed to have a stop sign here, right? Let's pretend there's a stop sign. They're supposed to stop because look at this crest of the hill right here. If you just plow through it, you're not going to be able to see anybody coming up around this corner. So if you're just going like this, you're going to get hit here. And if you don't even stop, you're going to get hit here. So this is a terrible intersection in terms of visibility. So there has to be a stop sign here. So this person definitely ran a stop sign. I can't see it. I can't tell. But if there isn't one, there should be one. It's a terrible spot. So good job on this guy for not panicking too hard. He slowed it down, let them in, flipped them off, do his thing. Oh no, this sucks. Yeah. This is why you have security footage. What the heck, dude? He probably thought it was just a regular bicycle that he hit, and he's like, I don't care about the bicycle. Hey, it's a Ring camera. I got one of those. If you have to park your bike on the street like this, have a camera in the window and keep that motion. Pay a little bit extra for that Ring camera subscription or whatever you want to do. That way it records, because that's what it was doing. That's what it was doing right here when it said person detected. So that's a recording. And it'll just keep recording, and you'll have some loops on that. And that way you can go back to the time of day that it happened and then get yourself a new bike. All right, here we go. 100, probably kilometers an hour. Definitely doesn't look like a Marco. Oh, a little wide. This is why I talk about going middle, middle, middle. So he's in the middle, very good. So that means we have space cushions to the left. We have space cushions to the right. Okay, just cruising, not a big deal. He kind of snuck out a little bit closer to the left. So we went middle, inside, and we'll probably go back to middle. But the reason why I like middle, middle, middle is that if somebody does this, you look where he's at now. Look where he's at now. He's back in the middle and avoided this. So if we just stayed middle, 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 and we weren't paying attention, let's say we're just kind of zoned out, not paying attention, but we know enough to stay middle, middle, middle. If all of a sudden we look up and we see a car right here and we didn't do anything, we're still not hit. But if we ride no, not that part. If we ride inside, right? If we ride right here the whole time, we're just kind of zoned out. That vehicle hit us. And like I said, I like middle, middle, middle. That's just how I like to ride. So if you want to be like me, that's what I do. I'm just cruising. I'm not speeding. I'm relaxing. I don't have to do crazy body angles. So it's easy to do middle, middle, middle. And the reason why is because of this. We have vehicles that will cross the double yellow. And it keeps me away from road debris on the outside. So I'm in this perfect area. Now, Dan the Fireman, what's the issue? There's all this oil in the middle. That's why they tell us never to be in the middle, because there's oil. There's not a ton of oil in the middle on a road unless you're at an intersection. So think about it. You're at an intersection, let's say for a minute, And let's say your car drips oil, and it drips 1 drop every 10 seconds. That's 6 drops at the intersection, just sitting there right at the intersection, right? Here's the crosswalk. Here's the vehicle right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drops. Multiply that by thousands of vehicles. So now you have drops and oil everywhere at the intersection. Here's the line. So you have all this. This is why you park off to the sides at intersections. Now, if you're dropping 1 drop every 10 seconds, it's just math, right? Okay, you're going to have a drop right here, and 10 seconds later, you're going to have a drop way up here, okay? Thousands of vehicles, right? You're going to have a drop right here, 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 here. It's going to be so spread out. It's going to be so spread out compared to just one spot at an intersection where it's stopped. You're just going to have it all over at that one intersection, okay? So I'm not concerned about the middle of the road with oil. I'm concerned specifically about vehicles crossing the double yellow. I'm concerned specifically about road debris, which is pretty much going to be there all the time. So I'm going to just hang out in the middle. Because at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Outside, okay, we're going to be in the gravel. Inside, okay, we're going to be close to vehicles. And back to outside. That's what typical people do. So now you're back to gravel. I'm going to stay in the middle where there's none of that stuff. And if there's any road, like if there is like discoloration, like I see something there and it's in the middle, I'm just going to go ahead and adjust and go around it. It doesn't mean that I have to stay. It means that if I see something like a pothole or a manhole cover, well, then I'm just going to go like this. And go around it. Go around it.
In the middle of the road. Oh, he's got a bicycle.
Bicycle.
Thought it was just a random
Side of the vehicle. Watch what's in front of you. What's in front of you? Pay attention to what's in front of you. Justice. My name is Batman. I'm Justice. Pay attention. There's a road in the middle. Yeah, we're talking about the bike. There's a road and there's a car in the middle. Now, should the car not be in the middle? Why is it staying in the middle? I don't know. Maybe because there's a pedestrian crossing and it made a stupid judgment. Didn't see the pedestrian in the crosswalk until it was actually in our roadway. Okay, cool. Now we know why. But at the end of the day, they're still there and we're still cruising towards them. So just slow it down before you get to them. Let them out. Move on. There's no point in continuing. You see, that's why they're stopping, because they can't go because the person in the crosswalk. Yeah, they should hang out right here instead of coming out and stopping right here, because they should been paying attention to this person, so they never should have went because of this person. So since they shouldn't have done that, I'm going to just go ahead and rev bomb and flip them off and get super close and hit them. What kind of logic do people run on?
All right. What the hell? What the?
All right, having some fun here. Looks like a track. 'Cause I see tires, like on the wall. Yeah, it's a track. Oh, hey, a little high side. Hey, we're on a track. Not too bad. There could have been oncoming traffic if it was on a mountain road. We have a nice little runoff. Despite a rough start with a high side on Friday, I managed to fix the bike, race through the weekend, win all my battles, and even set a new personal best lap of 1 minute, 27 seconds and 64 milliseconds. Well, I love that. I love seeing success, so good job. I'm glad you fixed your bike and you won all the battles. Rather you be doing it here, dude. Rather you be doing it here than out on the... Oh. Yeah. I'm glad that you're riding safe. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab yourself a slice of pizza, and get out of here.